Chaga mushrooms are amazing superfoods. They have antioxidants. They help fight inflammation. They are adaptogens, and they're even believed to help prevent cancer. So how can you get this amazing mushroom into your diet? Well, you can try one of the 3 chaga mushroom coffee recipes that I'm going to share with you today. Hey, I'm Nadia, and today I'm going to show you how you can make chaga mushroom coffee at home. So last summer, I actually sat down with a man named Grant, and we talked all about chaga. So he actually farms it. So he harvests the chaga, he turns it into this powder, which we talk about, and he sells it. So it's a really fascinating video. If you haven't already seen it, check it out. We talk about how it grows. We talk about how to harvest it. We talk about the health benefits. We taste it. So if you haven't already seen that video, I'll have a link somewhere up above my head, and then I'll also have a link down below in the description. Now you can buy chaga mushroom coffee from companies like Four Sigmatic, which is delicious, by the way. I love their stuff. But you can make your own at home as well. So if you have a powder like this, or if you have mushroom chunks, so I'll show you both ways. You can either use the powder or you can use these mushroom chunks to make your own chaga mushroom coffee at home. I like tea. I like especially to avoid caffeine constantly from my coffee. I do drink tea, so I'm going to show you my favorite way of making chaga mushroom tea as well, using rooibos tea. Now you can make chaga tea just mixing the powder or the chunks with water, and that's a great drink all by itself. It's a pretty basic drink. It doesn't have much flavor, and we actually tasted it in the video with Grant last summer, so you can see us and see our reaction, or at least see my reaction to it at that point. I'm showing you mixed with coffee and then mixed with tea, how you can actually make a drink that is more close to something that you might get from Four Sigmatic. So your first option is going to be mixing hot coffee with this powder. That is the easiest way to make chaga mushroom coffee. You can just brew a pot of your favorite coffee, and then once it's hot, once it's brewed, you can just mix in a scoopful of the powder, and that's it. That's how easy it is to make chaga mushroom coffee, just using the powder and a brewed cup of coffee. And then the second option is to make an iced coffee. So you can actually take the same chaga powder that we used in the first recipe, but instead make an iced coffee. And this is my favorite way to make chaga mushroom coffee, because I'm taking what I already love to drink, which is iced coffee, and I'm just adding a little bit of health benefit to it as well. So what I like to do is actually use that same pot of brewed coffee and whatever's left in the bottom of the pot after I finish drinking it. So I always make a little bit more than I mean to, and then I put it in the fridge, and then the next day, so usually in the afternoon I might have one, I will just take it out of the fridge. The coffee is cold, and then from there I can add ice, I can add milk, and a little bit of sweetener if you want to. I don't typically add sweetener to my coffee, but if you want to, you could add a few drops of stevia, or if you like to add sugar, you can make yourself maybe a simple syrup, because in a cold coffee, the sugar won't dissolve. So you'll have to make a simple syrup, or just use a liquid sugar like stevia, or a liquid sweetener like stevia, if you want to sweeten it up a bit. But this is my favorite way to make chaga mushroom coffee, is the iced coffee variety. And this powder will dissolve in both hot and cold water. So whichever you have, if you're making the iced coffee or the hot coffee, it will dissolve and you don't have to worry about it. And then for the third option, I'm going to use these chaga mushroom chunks. So what we're going to do for this one is we're actually going to make a tea out of the chaga chunks mixed with a little bit of water. So what you're going to do is, it says, add 3 grams of chaga chunks to 1 liter of water, simmer for 10 to 20 minutes to make a tonic, or several hours to make a concentrate. Make sure that the temperature is between 50 and 70 degrees Celsius, never a rolling boil. So you'd make yourself a liquid, like of the tea, and then you can make a bunch of it and put it in the fridge for later, or even freeze it. You can do that too. What I would do is I would make that concentrate, and then I would take the water that I just brewed, so the tea that I just made, and I would add that to a French press. Instead of using the coffee maker, I prefer to use a French press here, so that I'm not dirtying out my coffee maker. So I just put in my coffee grounds, put in the hot chaga mushroom tea and then let it brew that way. So that's another way that you can make chaga mushroom coffee, in this time using the chaga mushroom chunks. And then I promised you I would give you a fourth option that doesn't include coffee. So my favorite herbal tea is actually rooibos tea, and I will just drink it all day long if I could. I mean, rooibos tea is healthy on its own, but you can amp up the health factor even more if you just add a scoop of this chaga mushroom powder. So I like the chunks, but the powder is just easier to work with, so I tend to go to this more. The chunks are really good if you want to make a big batch, or if that's all you can get your hands on, but I find the powder to be easier to work with. So what I do is I just brew myself a hot cup of tea, and then I would just simply add a scoop of the powder, and that is it. Might add a little bit of, my favorite is vanilla soy milk. I will add a little bit of that, but you could use your favorite milk or non-dairy milk. Almond milk would be really nice as well in this. Now you can mix and match this combination any way you'd like you could use the mushroom chunks in the tea certainly as well. I just wanted to give you different ways, or my favorite ways, of making chaga mushroom coffee and also chaga mushroom tea at home. And I'll have all of these recipes in my free ebook. It's a plant-based seasonal recipe book that you can get for free. You can just download a copy. The link is down below this video. That's it for now. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you in the next one. My fridge is loud. One more line. Come on. Okay, thank you.